Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we are going to start on where from where we left yesterday, from the previous lecture. So in the previous lecture we were discussing nested layouts, intents, explicit intents and implicit intents. And today we are going to complete that alphabet learning app which we started in the previous uh, lecture. So this was the uh, appearance of or the interface of alphabet learning app, and the unique thing about this app was that we used nested linear layouts. So layouts, particularly linear layouts, can be nested, relative layout can be nested, and these nesting provide very powerful power to your design. So here you can see that 1 2 3 4 5 6 layouts are nested in one linear layout. But today we are going to continue our discussion, and we are going to add functionality to this app. So I'll go move to the main activity.kotlin app, and from here I'm going to first declare some variables. In our case, we will have one private late init var button a of type button. So we will have one button, and I'm going to come over here to the create method. You can see this is the boundary of on create method. So I'm going to come over here, and what should we do when someone clicks a button? So button underscore a find view by id r dot id dot button a. So when someone clicks on button a, we got the reference of button a, and then button a dot set on click listener. So what should happen when someone clicks on a button? So here we can say that navigate to second activity. Navigate to second activity. This will be the function, and we will pass the letter a to that second activity. Alright, so this navigate to second activity function hasn't been defined, so we are going to define it outside of on create method. So private function navigate to second activity, and we are going to catch the letter which will be of type string, and then the body, and then here we are going to navigate to the second activity. So for that we will use intent. So I'm going to declare an intent val intent this second activity scope resolution operator class.java. So I'm going to import this intent first, and second activity hasn't been defined yet, so but later on we are going to define it. Let me remove these curly braces. Okay, So here we have second activity. So let us declare this second activity. But before that I'm going to, okay, let me first declare the second activity. So for that, I'll come here to layout, and I'm going to go to Kotlin, right click, and then activity, empty view activity, and here I am going to name it as second activity generate. Okay, so click finish. So this is our second activity, and the moment I create second activity, that error vanishes away. Okay, so okay, now I'm going to uh, say the error has gone, and I'm going to say intent dot put extra, and using key value pair, letter will be the key and the small letter will be the value. So key value, and then I'm going to say start activity intent. So this intent will navigate us from one activity to another activity, from this main activity to second activity. So let us go to the second activity. This is our second activity, and inside second activity we are going to declare some variables, um, but inside this on create method I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say val letter text view assignment operator, find view by id. Okay, so find view by id, and this will be a text view. Okay, so here is a point. We haven't defined interface for the second activity, so what should we do? So here, in order to save time, I already have the code for second activity, the XML code, so I won't waste time in creating that, writing up that code. So here is that code. So let me copy this code and go to Android Studio, and inside second activity I'm going to paste it over here. So this is the code for second activity, and if I go back to second activity, so import this text view, import class text view, and here I'm going to say r.id dot text view letter, get the reference, and then val description text view, find view by id text view, r.id dot text view description. Okay, let me get a complete view. Okay, so we have text view letter and text view description, and now it is time to like I'm going to say val letter and catch whatever we send from the first activity. So intent dot get string extra, and we are going to get the letter. So we get the letter, and then we are going to say letter dot letter, in fact it is letter text view dot text will be letter. Okay, so we get the letter. The second part is to, I mean, in the description to add something in the description text view. So for that we are going to say val declare another variable description when letter, when letter what, when letter, if it is a, so what should we do? We will say a is for apple, and I'm going to here add just to test it, else no valid, in fact it is in double quotes, so no valid letter, and then I'm going to say description text view dot text assignment operator, it will be description. Alright, so let me check out the time. Okay, so just for the purpose, this app is not yet completed, but for the purpose of running and understanding it, or we can say navigation is possible or not, I'm going to run this app on the emulator. So whenever you click on the emulator, come over here, so Android Studio will connect to the emulator, and here you can say Gradle build running. So Gradle is a build tool. It is going to collect all those files and request compiler to compile them and convert them into the source file into APK file. So this is what it is doing. So Gradle has multiple jobs. It is also library management tool, configuration management tool, and other jobs. So here you can see Gradle is running. So meanwhile I'm going to here come over here and talk about intent. So intents are classes which are there to navigate from one activity to another activity, or from one app to another app. So this is the purpose of intent. So okay, so here we create intent using intent, pass in this activity and the second source and destination. So you can see we have source and destination, and then we pass some data. Here we pass data using key value pair. So this is the key, this is the value, and we start activity using intent and pass it through intent. So okay, so with that we are going to be navigated to the second activity, and this is our second activity. In the second activity we declare two reference variable, letter text view and description text view, and then we catch the letter which we sent from the first activity. Okay, it has installed, it is installing this app, and then we okay, so this is our first activity. Let's see if on clicking on a navigate us to the second activity. So let me click A. So there is some logical error. So let's see. Let us go to this uh, logcat to see what kind of logical error is there. Okay, so let me revise whatever we have done so far. We are not navigating to the second activity. This is the problem. So in the manifest, we have this second activity, and we are in the main activity. We are navigating to the second activity. Okay, so inside the second activity, let me close it. Let me see. When we click here, intent dot get extra string. Okay, let me see the code over here. I think this is okay. We wrote the same thing. I am going to bring the emulator and run it once again. We can empty the logcat to see what actually is the error. So when we click on letter A, okay, the second activity is not initiated. So this is the error. Now hopefully we are going to find this error. Intent dot get extra string letter. So I'm going to come over here, minimize it, and go to logcat. To see what exactly is the error. Fatal exception explain with aiprocess.com alphabets learning and Java runtime unable to start activity. Null point exception and verb virtual. So null point exception is the error. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to go to the second activity, and here I have written the same code. And let me go to the second activity once again, and paste this code. that everything will be fine. Okay, I think there was maybe this was there, so I'm going to run it again. Launching on device. Okay, once again. Okay, now it is working. A is for apple. So what could be the error? I mean, it could be a minor error. We declare the letter text view, and I mean it could be a minor error, but we got the point. TV description is for apple. Okay, now let us complete this app. So I'm going to like we click on A, which is like button.a set on click listener. What we can do here, uh, we can do it for other button like button. This is only button A, but we could declare more buttons like copy, paste, okay, that is fine. So button A, button B, button C, button E, button F, G, H, I. So these are the buttons, and J, and similarly we can go up to just button J up to button Z. And here you have to then declare what happens button when button B is clicked. So button B, first get the reference. It is button r.id dot button B, and then you can simply say button underscore B set on click listener, navigate to second activity, and we are going to pass B this time. So this is for button B. Similarly, button underscore C, find view by ID, we are going to say r.id dot button C. So I'm going to say button underscore C dot set on click listener, and here we are going to say navigate to second activity, but pass in as C as a letter. Okay, so in the second activity we have B for ball, C for cat, and D for dog. So let us also do it for button D, and so we are going to say button underscore D, find view by ID r.id dot button underscore D, no, it will be button r.id dot button underscore d, and we are going to say button underscore d dot, so it says there is no button d. Yes, after C there must be button D, button E, F, G, H, I, and up to Z. Okay, so button D dot set on click listener, navigate to second activity and pass in D letter. Alright, so far so good. And I'm going to add one more on set on click listener, that is button underscore Z find view by ID. So it's a button r.id dot button Z, I mean just for illustration, and button underscore Z dot set on click listener, navigate to second activity, and here I am going to say pass as Z as letter Z. Okay, so with that I'm going to go to the second activity, and here I'm going to say, let's say Z is for zebra. Alright, so once again let me rerun it and check it for multiple letters, whether the app is working on for multiple letters or not. So the app you can see your app, and if I click on A, yes, it is working. A is for apple, and there is no back button, but we can add back button as well. And let me see for Z is for zebra, so it is working. We are navigating from one activity to another activity. So let us revise what we have done so far. So first we design a layout for the main activity. So this is the layout. We use nested linear layouts. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 linear layouts, and then after that we design for the second app, which was the simple letter and letter description. So you can see simple letter and letter description. You can also add a background so that you are okay. This looks fine. Okay, this is much better. So this will be our background for both of the apps. Okay, so you can see over here. So let me run it once again. So we declare the design for the second activity. Here you can see it is first activity. If I click B is for ball, very good. And then after that we add a code. We use intent, especially we use explicit intent. So explicit intent, in explicit intent we explicitly or clearly say what is source. So source is this activity, this main activity, and what is destination. Our destination is the second activity. So intents are classes which navigate us from one activity to the second activity, and they are the cornerstone of the mobile application. And then we also carry out a letter using key value pair and start that activity. After that, we navigated to second activity where we show the letter using letter text view.text, and then the description is shown using the when statement. So it depends upon which letter was thrown from the first activity. So if it is A is for apple, if it is B is for ball, and similarly for Z is for zebra, just for example. And then description text, we will get the description, this uh, this variable as a text. So you can now see your app over here. It is working. So if I rerun it, once again, if I click C, you can see C is for cat. So that is what this app is all about. So I hope that you know what explicit intents are, because in the next activity we are going to discuss implicit intents. So till then, Allah Hafiz, and I'll see you in the next lecture.